security is huge, but how do you get past that a little bit with kind of a younger skill position set?
Well, I think you talk to him. I mean, we work at it every day, and you know, you've been at practices, ball security, job security, and before long you fumble, you're going to be on the sideline. You know, but I think it's you know, something that you know, turnovers. You know, we turn over the ball against Northwestern, we won't win the game, and they're very good at takeaways. So I think that the defenses are doing a great job of, you know, stripping balls, and we got to do a better job at teaching and making sure they take care of the football. And we certainly do that every day and teach it and work hard at it. And we probably need to work a little bit harder at it. But, you know, it's something that we work on every day and go through drill work and things to help prevent that. But, you know, we are playing. I mean, we played 5 freshmen a lot, or redshirt freshmen and true freshmen. And, you know, we're playing 2 offensive linemen that's for their first gigs, and then we're playing, you know, 3 tight ends, I think, that are sophomores, redshirt sophomores. So we're a young team, so I look for us to get better as the season goes.
Jerry, is there more excitement as you get into the Big Ten schedule, or is it you try to just keep it?
Well, I think there's, you know, I think there better be some excitement because we're going to go play the 16th ranked team in the country, and so we better be excited. I think sometimes, you know, to our kids and, you know, through our Sundays and working and so forth, you know, we're 3-1, but I don't think sometimes they feel like we're 3-1. So we got to make sure they understand that, you know, we got a good football team. We're just like anybody. There's a lot of people decimated by injuries right now, and we've certainly been hit hard. And so we've got to work and do a heck of a job teaching the guys that are going to have to play on Saturday to get better. But you know, that's part of the schedule that we have. That's part of the things that happen in football. You know, you look at ESPN and pro football, everybody's got them, and you just have to deal with them. So, but our kids understand that we're going into the Big Ten and we're playing Northwestern at their place, and you know, nobody's scoring points against them. So we got a great challenge ahead of us.
What do you mean when you say you don't feel like a team is 3-1?
Well, I think just, you know, I mean, the general atmosphere, you know, well, we didn't get, you know, blow this team out, we didn't do this, and, you know, I think that's just the nature of kids and social media and all those things, you know, and I mean, that's part of it, and that's what we have to educate them on a little bit, you know, that's part of life. But, you know, it's one of those things where we are 3-1, and it hadn't always been pretty, but that's where we're at, and you know, we got better on offense, and you know, defense hung in there with a bunch of injuries and played well. We were just terrible in special teams. I mean, that's the bottom line. You start on your 10, your 5, and your 13, and you try to score points. Percentages aren't very good. So Sunday, last week it was offense, and Sunday was special teams, and so they got an education Sunday. So it's just like we get one thing fixed and one thing slips. But hopefully we got all that stuff covered now.
How did you guys find Shannon Brooks?
Well, just go hunting, you know. It is hunt, and you know, we work hard at it. And Brian Anderson, you know, found him, and when I went and recruited him, he lived way up in the hills and went to a small school, and you know, just watched him, and he's tremendously talented, and you know, I think he was the leading rusher in his class and Player of the Year. It was from a smaller school, so sometimes people go, well, it's a small school, but he did a great job in high school, great athlete, played basketball, and you know, we knew he's good coming in. We thought he would have a chance to play. Probably should have played him earlier, but you know, I think that everybody got a good peek at what's good for the future. You know, they're both freshmen, so good things ahead there, and you know, we got some depth in that position. But I thought he was a spark plug on Saturday. There's no question about that.
Jerry, can you touch on how the team was able to finish? As far as you typically would run like a 2-minute drill at practice, and you were able to execute that against Ohio to come up with a win like that, knowing that Big Ten play is going to just tighten things up a little bit more?
Well, we've done it a couple times, and we haven't done it in the past. And I think a lot of that goes to all the work that we do in the no huddle and 2-minute offense and going against our defense, and who's very good, and you know, we've done it a lot, so I think we've gotten better at it. And you know, we're going to have to win close games. I mean, you know, Northwestern's been close every year we played them. They beat us, we beat them. So, I mean, close games, there's going to take field goals. You're going to have to drive the field. And I certainly think that our offensive kids believe that, you know, we can go win at the end of the game. And that is a tremendous confidence boost. And as Lawrence Maroney said, Coach, it's a 60-minute game. 60 minutes, and so, you know, it's not over until it's over, so to speak. So, you know, our kids have composed themselves. Mitch has done a great job in that situation. Made some good throws, had some good catches, and got down there and still had 2 timeouts left, which was good and big at the end of the game. So, but I think we gained a lot of confidence in that, and I felt, you know, the key to us is being able to run a football, and we still threw it. You know, it's a good amount of time because of some of the things they were doing, and but running the football is the key, and it makes everything a little bit better. And offensive line played better. Still got work to do there, but they got better, and you know, and those, you know, right now we'll get to start those 5 guys. I think for the first time, the same 5 played last week. I believe those same 5 play this week, so that'll be a good thing.
Coach, what do you see as the attributes in Justin Jackson, and did you try to recruit him?
Yeah, we did, but you know, he was going to go to Northwestern, and you know, it was a good fit for him. But you know, he's got great vision, great speed. You know, he's if you don't get him wrapped up, he's going to bounce off of you, and you don't want to give him any creases. But you know, very good back.
You talked about being concerned about Brian's knee. Can you update his status?
We'll just have to see. Our whole secondary is question mark, except for Eric Murray. We won't get Demarius Travis back, and Demarius is probably going to be out a while.
The word was that you did dodge a bullet with Brian in terms of not surgery, though. Is that? Can you update us on that in terms of?
Yeah, he's not going to have any surgery on his knee.
But he's just, in terms of this game, you'll have to see. You mean?
Yeah, we'll see. He won't practice today, but we'll see.
With the difficulty of your non-conference schedule this year, does that help going into the Big Ten, or does it make it more difficult because you like to use those games as a tune-up to get your team prepared? This non-conference schedule, you had some huge challenges.
Yeah, I think you can look at it both ways. I think it does prepare you, and you know, we've been in some tough games. We've had to come back, and those things I think are I think they will help us. The other counterpoint is all the injuries that have happened, but you know, that could happen. Yeah, you know, that's just part of it. Some years you just have it, and you got to be lucky. But I think overall, I think it's been good for us. We've been battle tested a little bit, and so we've been in some situations that some other teams haven't been in, and we've been able to come out on top. And like I said, it hadn't always been pretty, but I don't think I really realized how young of offensive group we really have, you know, until we played all those freshmen. But you know, Mitch got the ball to 8 or 9 different receivers on Saturday, and you know, thought he did a good job of doing what he needed to do. Missed 2 or 3 throws like he would love to have, but Peyton Manning misses 2 or 3, and he's pretty good. So I mean, you know, overall I thought that you know, we proved as a group. We changed some things, changing some protections, you know, to make it simpler to get the ball out quick. So we're trying to do a better job of coaching with some of the things that has happened to us.
Coach, do you look at the Big Ten West as being kind of wide open as it starts this week?
Yeah, I think everything is in college football. I mean, you don't know. I mean, you know, is that, you know, from week to week, you know, UCLA blew out. You know, I mean, you know, I don't think you know. You know, certainly Iowa must be playing at a very high level. Northwestern is playing at a very high level, you know, but at the same time, I think, you know, anything can happen on any given Saturday, and, you know, until you get in there and play, I think each week's going to be a battle, and the team that can stay the healthiest and be able to handle the grind in the Big Ten will have the opportunity to win.
Jerry, when you watch Fitzgerald's defense, what stands out?
Well, you know, Discipline. They've always been that way. I mean, coach has done a good job, and you know they'll let you move the ball a little bit, but they won't let you get in the end zone. They don't give you big plays. They don't let balls get over the top of them. Their mentality's like coaches. You know, I mean, I think it breeds into the defense. But they take what you do, and they do a good job of stopping it. You know, so I mean, they're just right now, and this is the most athletic group they've had on defense. They run pretty well, so, and they're big up front. You know, big and strong. So, and smart. I mean, it's hard. Northwestern's a very high academic school, and that's why they don't make very many mistakes. I mean, you got to go win the game, and you cannot turn it over against them. That's for sure. I mean, against Duke, I think defensive end tipped the ball, got a pick. I mean, they got one in the end zone. I mean, they're just good at, getting the football. I mean, they do a great job of ripping the ball out. So, just overall, they're just very solid, disciplined, and don't make mistakes.
Good. One more question for Coach?
Jerry, do you like the chances of Wolatarski and possibly playing on Saturday?
He'll play. He practiced on Sunday. It was not a major situation. So he practiced on Sunday, yeah. He's fine. He practiced, so he's fine. Thank you.